I'm going to turn this down just a little bit, guys. Oops, sorry. That was me. Okay, well, I guess my mic is working. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Huh, but I couldn't hear you. Hold on.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me through the TVs? I can hear myself. So it's playing on YouTube now. So the fact that no one has responded concerns me.
I can hear you, Morgan.
Can you hear me on the TVs?
Oh, on the TVs. No, because it's asking for the Roku account. So Tyler told me to call Blake. So I can't get in until Blake calls me back. This is what happened at, where was I? At Parish. The Roku is not active when at either of the stores when I showed up. So it's requiring your email and your account info. And that's what takes the most time. I was able to get onto their internet.
Okay, Nicole says she can hear and so can Amanda, so that's a good sign. I don't know what's to do about the Roku. There shouldn't even really be, I mean, this is why we got set up early. Now we're not stressing too much about that.
Hello, I'm in Vincent's and their TV is just saying please stand by. Is that what it should be showing?
Yeah, Becky, you should see a QR code on the screen. Try, are you on the YouTube app or is it the Nova DS device that is playing? Tyler says switch to HDMI 1. Just narrate his messages. For everyone else who is out at locations, I see Cheryl and Clay's message, but Tristan, Kim, are you guys, are things working as usual? Which I guess I'll bring it back and say
Hey, Morgan. I can see everything. I see Mentimeter on the screen. So yeah, I'm here at the corporate office,
okay. I don't think
but
we assigned you
everything's working.
location, so. First Avenue seems okay. Good, Kim. Adrian's waiting. Good. And everybody has audio. Assuming since you responded, that means you have audio, so. Cool beans.
Hey, can anybody hear me? I'm doing a mic check here at Green River Road Outlet from my phone. Can you guys hear me?
I sure can.
Is it coming across loud and clear and encompassing my deep voice, which is very, very masculine?
You actually sound a little high pitched today. Are you feeling okay?
Really? So I'm doing more of a soprano type octave. Okay, all right, I can do that, you know. So, all right, well, cool. Thank you for verifying. I'll get off here now.
All right, thanks, Eric. All right, it looks like so far everybody's working, knocking on wood.
Nice, Shelley.
For those who are presenting at some point today, please be sure you are prepared to talk a little ahead of your topic because there is a lag between the TVs and the Teams meeting. So if you need the agenda, it was sent to you guys yesterday via email, and you should be able to find your spot on there pretty easily. And I think it's probably like at least a 30-second to a minute lag. Tyler says he thinks we're good everywhere, which is fantastic because we are 5 minutes ahead of schedule there. And big shout out to Tyler and Blake for helping get this all set up and going through all the bumps with these technical difficulties every single town hall. And hopefully this time we have the smoothest one we've had yet. I don't know if anybody saw that Meghan Markle podcast interview, but there's the power of yet. Always. Don't know what to do about that. Is anybody else's audio choppy? All right, guys, we have like 2 minutes before we'll get started. For those who are already joined, what you should see on the screen is a QR code that you can scan in order to participate throughout the presentation. It'll allow you to ask questions, like different slides. You can also just go to menti.com on your phone's internet browser and type in the code that is 46679943. The code should stay at the top of the screen for the remainder of the presentation, I think. Yes. Yeah, Kim and everybody else joining, if you're on Teams, watching while also listening to it on the TV, there is a lag between the Teams and the YouTube Live. So what is going on Teams is going to be ahead of what's on YouTube. And Tyler asked, if you guys have any issues, please message Blake directly. It is 2:00. So I'm gonna give it like one more minute just to make sure there aren't any issues. But again, I'm just gonna reiterate the instructions while we're waiting. For those who have just joined us, I hope you have your phone with you, because what you can do is you can scan the QR code that is on your screen with your phone's camera, and it'll allow you to participate along throughout the presentation. It'll allow you to ask questions. It'll also allow you to, give a thumbs up or heart to different slides. You can also just pull up your phone's internet browser if you have internet capabilities and go to menti.com and enter the code 46679943. That will stay up throughout the presentation. And we'll have an opportunity to practice here in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and get us started. It looks like Washington, you guys got your volume issues figured out. So welcome everybody to the July Town Hall meeting. It's my first Town Hall back since maternity leave. I'm glad to be back. And just to give you guys a heads up, if you guys are participating with your phone and you are asking questions, I will be monitoring the questions on my end, just to be transparent about it. So please keep all questions appropriate. I'll be approving them on my end. We'll most likely, because we have such a jam-packed town hall, save all questions for the very, very end. So if we don't get to your question right away, then just hold on. We've got a section at the very end for an open forum. So now's your chance to test out using your phone. Again, you can go to menti.com and use the code 46679943 and answer this question, which is, what's your favorite part about working at Goodwill? One said the people. I would agree with that one. Also, if you see me looking at around like a crazy person, I got like 4 different screens going in here. The positive attitude here at Goodwill, my coworkers getting paid. Everybody loves a paycheck. coworkers, teammates. The mission. I feel like that one came from Christy. I can hear her in my head saying mission. Variety of tasks and the crazy coworkers, customers, paycheck. All right. Students at the Excel Center. Atmosphere. The mystery boxes that are every Gaylord and Palatainer. You never know what you're going to find at Goodwill. That is very true. I remember one year, I feel like it was like my first year here, and there was a voting machine from like the 2001 election or something like that. We could not, I don't think we could sell it, but it was just really cool to see. Love the people, my coworkers in the mission. We're really making a difference. It never gets boring. Awesome. Sounds like a lot of people have some great people they work with. I'm so glad to see so many people who appreciate the mission, because that's the whole reason why our stores exist. It is to support our mission and our programs. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next slide, and we're going to get started with some of our presenters today. So first up, we are going to be talking about donation acquisition, and we have Nicole Wilson, who is going to be talking with us about a couple different things.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm at Princeton. I can't share everybody in the background because I'm presenting, so I'm in the break room. But it is very good to see everybody. And, with the company's overall wig, it is something that is very, I'm sure, dear to everyone's heart. And we are all working very, very, very hard to increase the donations per household. So I am very, very happy and proud to announce that our WIG goal has been trending up. And currently, for our donations per household, we started at a 0.92 when Connie introduced this a few months ago, with our goal being 1.25 by December of 2026. And currently, we are at a 0.98. Now, on my slides, I had the 9.8 come bouncing in, but we're sharing it all presenting together. So my 9.8 isn't fun and bouncy around, but that was the intention. So great job, everyone. Hard work has gone into this, and the way that we are trending, we are on the up and up, and I don't see why we can't be at 1.25 by the end of this year. So efforts go out to everybody and everyone's hard work. And thank you so much for being at where we're at currently at a 0.98. I think we should all be very proud of ourselves. I can hear the other TV in the background. All right, so going into talking about donations, we have currently our non-traditional donations that I have been working very hard on. The first non-traditional donation that I was able to jump into was with colleges and universities around our region. We were able to partner with 3 of them: Kentucky Wesleyan, Oakland City University, and the University of Evansville. And between the 3 schools, we had over 140 donations through Gaylords and Palatainers and the Blue Smurfs and the Green Monsters. So thank you, and a shout out to the truck drivers that allowed me to tag along with them. And so thank you very, very much to Ron, Prentice, and Zach. And on the slide here, you'll see a few pictures of each of the schools where we collected donations. And I know it looks like, our donations come in, they're in bags, boxes, kind of all over the place. But I think that that's what's fun and unique about our industry and what we do. And what we do every single day is you never know what you're going to pull out of that box, bag, or palatainer or bin. So thank you again to the truck drivers and everyone for your help in getting all these extra donations that are non-traditional that come in that still have to be separated. And with your help and hard work, we're able to get over 140 donations. All right, and then in the community, we have also been doing yard sales, storage units, partnering with different other organizations, nonprofit in our community, which is coming up. So hopefully I'll have a slide for you for the next town hall. But I did want to call out one of the biggest efforts that we have been able to do and partner with another business in the community is the Walmart in Henderson, Kentucky. We have an ADC mobile unit there, and Ron was able to support. I'm not sure if Ron's on the line, but if you are, Ron, if you'd like to say something, but I know Ron was there on the first day of the Walmart truck, and we are there Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from 10 to 5. And that's the setup. We've got flags, we've got the truck parked there in the parking lot. So tell everybody that you know that we have a presence in Henderson at the Walmart, and it is another place where the community can come and drop off donations. Then we go into our yard sales. That's going to be underneath the picture there where Ron is standing with the truck. And we have been very successful with the yard sales. So in total, with our yard sales and storage facilities, and including non-traditional and not including the truck at Henderson, we have over 500 donations with non-traditionals just in the past 3 months. So thank you to everybody for your hard work. And I think that's my last slide.
It is. So
Okay.
thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody, and keep pushing and rocking on. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, Nicole. She's been working very hard with getting our non-traditional donation avenues and setting up that Henderson mobile unit. So make sure if you're in the Henderson area, you tell your friends, your family that there is a new spot you can donate in Henderson. Up next is a mission moment and more mission. And we've got Brittany Crane coming up with our mission moment.
Hello, everyone. We are going to showcase Miss Marilyn today. She is one of our CSEP participants. Marilyn left work to care for her mother, and then after her mother passed away, she wanted to get back into work and just focus on her skills and just improve her resume. So through CSEP, Marilyn was able to add some customer service abilities. She gained digital skills through our North Star courses, and she added management to her resume. Marilyn was hired on at the Pincushion Gift Shop. I believe that's in Tell City, but she intends to stay at the Pincushion and create a store that is similar to a hospital gift store and sell not only the handmade items, but snacks and boutique finds. So we're very proud of Marilyn, and a shout out to our employment specialist, Andre, for securing that employment for her. And then some opportunity services update. We do have a new employment specialist who started with us today. His name is Desmond Williams. I don't have Desmond here with me, but if you, Desmond, if you happen to be available and want to hop on wherever you're at and just give a shout out or a wave, feel free to do so. We do have partner days that are returning. We're not sure just yet if we're going to stick to the Thursdays or if we're going to shuffle to a different day. Brandy and Tanisha and I have been working really closely to determine what is going to be the best action as far as that is concerned. So stay tuned for that. For those of you who aren't in the area, Partner Days is just an opportunity for local providers of different resources, typically nonprofit services. They can come into our Opportunity Center and meet directly with community members, employees, students, what have you. So we are looking to maybe add some things to that. So stay tuned for that. We're also introducing a thing called Step into Opportunity, and this is going to be a week-long course that Tanisha and I are working together to produce. It's going to go over soft skills, employment skills, job search, resume building. I believe we also have some basic introductory to computer skills that Tanisha is going to help with. So we are shooting for January for that, but stay tuned for that coming up soon. So very excited.
All right. Thank you, Brittany. Up next, we've got Nicole Glover, and she's starting with discussing the last GEM cohort.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I just wanted to give you some training updates. But this picture on your screen, these are the most recent graduates from the gym program. We just finished up 10 weeks of classes at the Owensboro location. We had some people from Madisonville join us as well. So great group. I just wanted to give them a shout out. They're proudly displaying their gym t-shirts that they earned for completing the program. So thanks to you all for participating and graduating. And also I wanted to show you all that because the next slide, we're about to start cohort number 6. So the applications are open. You can use the QR code to get to the application. Now this next one is going to be in Evansville at the Washington Avenue location. So if you are able to carpool or travel to Washington Avenue, it is a 10-week commitment. We meet on Tuesdays for 90 minutes, 1 to 2:30. And every week we just talk about a different topic, things like team building or having a positive attitude, those sorts of things. So I'd love for you to apply if you're interested. After this town hall, I'll also send all the management team members an email with this information. So if you don't get a chance to scan the QR code right now, that's okay. Find a member of your management team to kind of discuss it, and they'll have the link for you to apply as well. And then the last thing I want to update you all on is the August workshop. So the August workshop, these are just one time, 1 day commitment. So a little bit easier if you've never attended one of the trainings before. But the August topic is having a growth mindset. So you can see the dates up there on the screen. I'm going to be in Princeton on August 19th, at Washington Avenue on August 20th, and then Parrish Avenue on August 22nd. So all you need to do to sign up and register for those is send me an email, nglover@evvgoodwill.org. Make sure you're coordinating with your manager to make sure, for scheduling purposes, but I'd love for you all to sign up and bring a friend. And if you've never attended one before, I really encourage you to just try it out and see, and bring a friend if you don't want to try it out by yourself. But I'd love to have you. If you have any questions or you're hesitant to sign up, feel free to reach out through email, Teams message, phone call. I'm happy to answer questions about the training as well. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you, Nicole.
Thanks.
Next, we have Brandy, who is going to introduce a new team member. She's actually out sick today. Well, not Brandy, the new team member is, so she won't get to fully introduce her, but I'm going to let Brandy talk a little bit more.
Hello, everyone. Down here in Madisonville with the Madisonville crew. All is well here. Everybody's watching the town hall, so glad to see everybody. As Morgan mentioned, we do have a new director of the Good Skills Academy. Yay! We're back. This is a picture of Tanisha Chestnut Petrie, and she started, gosh, I feel like it was in June or July. I don't even know at this point. At the end of June, and she hit the ground running. She's already made a calendar. She's already held classes. I think the next slide is actually maybe some information about her classes. But Tanisha comes to us from other nonprofits. She has experience in employment services. She has experience in specifically VR. She worked at JobWorks over at Work One before she came to us. So she's got a good background for the mission team, that's for sure. This slide here is the official announcement. Good Skills is back. So Good Skills, basic computer courses and open labs are back. The month of July, so most of this month, we've really just put the most basic things on there just to try to get Good Skills Academy kind of back on the map and people thinking about it again and in the front of their minds. There is a QR code on here. I encourage everyone to scan it because, as the slide says, I want you all to remember you get 12 hours of paid digital skills training a year. While we're over there in Evansville, right, Tanisha is also going to take this on the road just like Digital Dave used to. So you will be able to catch her in like Vincennes or Parish Avenue or I think probably Princeton at some point. So we will try to kind of find some centralized locations where maybe it's a little easier for team members outside of there to come to those classes. But, you know, technology is constantly evolving. And so these 12 hours every year, this is a really good opportunity for everyone. So again, I just encourage you to scan the QR code, check out the calendar, and register for some of those classes. Tanisha's doing a really great job so far, and I think you will learn a lot and be very impressed with her. Thanks, Morgan. Oh, I want to say one last thing. I'm just super glad to have Morgan back because she's way better at this.
I gotta give a shout out to Brandy for taking it over while I was out. She did great. All right. Next, we've got Grace, who is our good guide, and she's going to be talking a little bit more about the program. Oh, Grace, your mic is muted still.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of you have probably seen me around before. I'm in Evansville and Boonville a lot, but I've been traveling to some other locations recently, so I'm starting to expand a little bit. So if you don't know about me at all, my name is Grace. I'm the Evansville Good Guide. I started in May of 2024. I got engaged last month, so that's recent. I got my Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from Western Kentucky University, and I'm currently pursuing my master's degree in marriage and family counseling. So that is something that I'm hoping to finish by 2028, I think is my graduation date. And as of this point, I've worked with over 100 Goodwill employees. And so if you don't know what a good guide is, the definition is a good guide is a Goodwill staff member that helps Goodwill employees overcome challenges and achieve personal or professional goals. And then ways that we can help are applying for benefits, finding housing, creating a budget, finding local resources, and a lot more. And so I have a few success stories that I thought would kind of help people know, what the Good Guide program can do for employees. So our first one is for Headstone assistance. So shortly after I became a Good Guide, I received a call from an employee that needed help with obtaining a headstone for a family member. It had been a few years since this family member had passed, and at the time of passing, they could not afford a headstone. They had been using a concrete bench to mark the plot, but the cemetery had removed it because it didn't abide by their guidelines. The family was struggling to find where the plot was due to the lack of a grave marker, and then it was making it difficult for them to visit their loved one. So the employees shared the information about their family and the family member that passed, and we emailed back and forth for a few weeks while I looked for assistance. Eventually, I was able to find a monument company that accepted payment plans and other outside financial assistance. And then we contacted a charity organization that was able to donate the exact amount needed for the headstone to this company. And then now that they are able to visit their loved one at any time, knowing where they're laid to rest. And then for permanent housing, I worked with an employee that had been staying in a homeless shelter for a little over a year. They had been searching for housing, but they were finding it extra difficult because they wanted to make sure they could keep their pet with them. And they were unaware of all the resources that were available in Evansville, but they did know that they could thrive with the right support. So we worked together to complete multiple housing applications and contacted housing assistants. We were able to add them to the waiting list for Aurora, a nonprofit organization in Evansville. And then after a few months of working together, this employee was contacted by Aurora and informed that a case manager was available to help them find permanent housing. So we worked together over a period of weeks to collect the information that they needed to help them find housing. And then after a lot of hard work from all three of us, we were able to find them a rental with Aurora that was able to house them and their pet. And they're continuing to work with Aurora now on a rental progression program, meaning that Aurora helps them with rent a little less each month so they can develop their budgeting skills, and they will be completely self-sufficient by 2026. And then my last one is for transportation assistance. I received an email from an employee that had read about the Good Guide program from flyers that I had put out, and they had a few questions about the assistance that could be provided. They explained that they were having problems with their vehicle and wanted to see about possible assistance with auto repair. And it was vital that they had this mode of transportation because they lived too far from the Mets buses to be able to get to work, and they needed a vehicle to transport their children to school and doctor's appointments. So this employee had done as much as they could think of on their own. They researched the warranty on their vehicle, they reached out to their local trustee's office, and they explored third-party options with transportation, and even tried to work with repair shops to set up a payment plan. And then they weren't able to work with them on it. So the only solution was to make this more affordable for them. So since this vehicle was being financed, we contacted the lender and were able to defer the upcoming loan payment, meaning that the employee would now have a few $100s to put toward this repair. We completed a few other applications, contacted a few other people, and eventually they were able to receive an email from a conference member at St. Vincent de Paul that wanted to donate the remaining balance for the employee's vehicle repair. And with this donation, they had just enough to cover the entire cost of the repair and once again be able to have reliable transportation. So if you want to reach out to me, my office number is listed on there with my extension. I also have my email address, and then my store location is at Washington Avenue. I also have a booking page that you're able to scan the QR code with and be able to reach out to me that way too. Even if you don't know if you need assistance, if you just have any questions about what the program can provide, please feel free to reach out.
All right. Thank you, Grace. Up next, we have mission advancement updates, which is going to come from me. I'm going to be talking today about our recent 90th anniversary event, which I'm the one talking about it, but I really wasn't here to do any of the planning or prep. So I got to give a shout out to Nicole and Aubrey, who coordinated all of this. And I just want to say I loved all the participation from all the stores. I loved seeing all the decorations and the excitement some of your teams had in putting things together. Like I saw Jasper, you guys had a poster that was asking customers questions. I thought that was a really cool idea. I saw lots of balloon arches, which I'm very impressed by everybody's patience who put those together, because in no world would I ever want to do something like that. So I'm impressed by everybody's ability to do that. I know the customers enjoyed receiving cookies and they had fun participating in the event as well. I do want to give a shout out to our winning store who won our decorating contest, which was Parish Avenue. You guys, I think, should receive $100 to help stock your fridge. So thank you guys again for participating. I thought it all was really cool and I loved seeing all of the photos. All right, next we've got finance updates, which it's going to be from Tristan, who's going to be introducing an intern this year.
Yes. Morgan, thank you. Tristan Macon here. I do want to introduce you our very first finance intern, Sydney Madison. Sydney has been with us since June 17th, and her last day will be August 7th. Sydney, would you give a little introduction to yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Sydney. I'm, as I said, the new finance intern, and I'll be a senior at Purdue studying accounting with a minor in business economics. And yeah, so far it's been a great experience working with the finance department, and I just feel really grateful to be able to work with such awesome people. So it's been really nice, such a welcome environment.
Thank you, Sydney.
All right, thank you, Sydney, and thank you, Tristan. Next, we have updates from Donated Goods Retail, and we are going to start by talking about production timeline with Becky.
Hello, everybody. I am here with Vincent's, they were our last store to roll out our production barcoding. So as you know, we're rolling it out to every store every 2 weeks. And thanks to Jim and his team, Tyler and Blake, and everybody at the stores, it's been a very smooth rollout. On the screen, you will see the next stores. Next will be Princeton, which is coming up on the 5th of August. And then we have Jasper and Washington. So we're going to continue this to the end of the year and until we get all the stores set up. Watch, we're coming. I think we have Linda that's going to talk a little bit about the production and how it's going in her store.
Hello, everybody. I want to assure everybody this is so simple that everybody will pick right up on it. I will admit the first week we was concerned if we was going to hit our production goals, but Tell City pulled through and we did. We're back on track. So everybody, don't worry. It is so easy. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, Angie. It has just really been about the simplest thing we've had to learn. And that's all I've got.
Thanks, Linda. Angie and her team has been so helpful as well. They've been coming to the stores and helping with training. So thank you guys for that. Okay, next, I am excited to announce that we will be rolling out reusable bags. We will roll out in some test stores first. But if you see on the screen, these are a few examples. We will have the branded bags. And then the next screen, I think we have some seasonal that we're going to roll out into stores. So expect more to come on that. And I'm excited for this to take place. That's all I got. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, Becky, and thank you, Linda. I'm personally very excited about the reusable bags. Next, we've got Clay, who will be talking about the driver in training position.
Yeah, so good afternoon, everybody. Goodwill team. My name's Clay Cagle. For those that may not know, I'm aftermarket director and over logistics. And we have coming soon a driver in training position. Opportunities for anyone able to commute to Evansville and interested in driving a box truck for Goodwill. Now, there are some stipulations to it. Must be able to obtain a DOT physical and a for-hire endorsement on your license, and that's for Indiana. If you are from Kentucky, you do not require the for-hire endorsement, but you must have that completed in your first 30 days after transferring. Now, one of the cool things about this is it's transferable throughout your professional career. It's something that you can utilize throughout your professional life. And it's a chance to grow within Goodwill in a new and exciting role. This position starts at $19 an hour, but once driver certified, the pay will start at $22 an hour. Very, very, very cool that we got this. We're getting this pushed through, and it's a great opportunity to further develop our team. So please discuss with your supervisor, your manager, if you're interested, and your eligibility. That's all I have.
All right, thank you, Clay. Next, we have Kim Dickerson, who's going to be talking about the WIG bonus for this year.
Hey guys, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So I'm going to talk about the WIG bonus for y'all a little bit. Stores are close to hitting it by selling an extra $322 to $672 a day, depending on your store. You can still make it, which is only an additional 3 to 7 racks a day or 8 to 14 carts a day. So if we get in gear, we definitely can hit it this year.
All right, thank you, Kim. Next, we have updates from Eric, who is our Director of Safety. So, Eric?
All right. Thank you, Morgan. So good afternoon, Goodwill team members. First off, I like to start out with a big shout out. Someone who's very deserving of that is the Vincennes store. So I wanted to congratulate personally Sam, everybody in the team, the DROs that are involved, anyone who had any hand in safety as far as that audit. So for those of you guys who don't know, we are accredited through an agency called CARF. And that requires our insurance company to come out and audit stores and then give their audit results based on that. Then they will either recommend or not recommend us for CARF recertification. I am very pleased to say that Sam and his crew at Vincennes managed to do that audit with 0 findings, guys, 0 findings. And for those of you who aren't familiar with audits, all the audits that I've been a part of in my life, from OSHA to Department of Labor to different regulatory agencies, it is very rare to escape an audit with 0 findings. So congratulations to Vincennes. Huge round of applause needs to be given to Vincennes for their efforts. So you've heard us talk, you've heard a couple people that have talked about WIG goals. For any of those of you who may not be familiar with what that acronym stands for, it stands for wildly important goal. So safety is no different to the other departments. We actually implemented our WIG goal in the 2025 year. And that goal was to be at 10% fewer OSHA recordables than the previous year. So that means that we had 25 recordable injuries last year. At this juncture, we are at 7 for the entire year, which is on a much better trajectory. So all of you are to be highly commended for your efforts in safety and your continued efforts to support that. So thank you all again for your efforts to safety and making Goodwill the safest possible environment that we can afford and give to our valued team members. So if we look at the next slide to break down the numbers of the WIG, what you will see here in this slide is you will see the acronym MRG, which stands for monthly recordable goal. So in the most simplistic terms for this, think of it this way. We broke down that goal to be at every month the amount of recordable injuries you would have to be at or under to achieve goal. So if we look here at this slide, we see that in January, you'll see the number right there for the MRG that's there. We can go to the next slide, Morgan, if you want to. So now if we look at the graph, what you will see is if you look into the month of June, you will see that we were at 5 recordables. Unfortunately, in July, we did have 2. That information is not included in this chart. But even at 7, that tells us, guys, that we are on a pace of about 1 recordable per month. So my astonishing Kentucky math tells me that if we are at 1 recordable per month, that puts us at 12 for the 2025 calendar year, which would put us at a half reduction and reducing our OSHA recordables overall by half of what that number was in the 2024 year. So for those of you who don't have a lot of experience with safety, you need to understand how big that is and how big what you are doing right now truly is. You're on a phenomenal pace. Continue to remain assessment ready every time. That's a term that I love to use coming from safety, is we should be assessment ready at all times. If someone were to come in and audit us, we should have no problems, performing an audit because we're assessment ready at all times. So once again, thank you for all your efforts. Continue to stay diligent, and we're going to knock that WIG goal out of the park.
All right. Thank you, Eric. Next, we have quite a few updates from Shay, who's going to be talking about employee engagement and HR.
Hello, hi everybody. I am here with the Excel Center. They said nobody wanted to speak, but I'm going to still show them. Say hello. Hello, Excel team. Very excited to be here and give you all some announcements for HR and especially with the Employee Engagement Committee. Also, great job, Clay, explaining that driver and training program. That has been a really fun collaborative project between HR and DGR, and really big shout outs to everybody involved in coming up with that opportunity. Now I've got to convince all these teachers over here not to become truck drivers, because that was just such a great role that was talked about. So some highlights from our Employee Engagement Committee. I have some pictures here from June and July where we talked about ways that we can get people involved and engaged across the organization. So the Engagement Committee is made up of not just Evansville Goodwill Industries, but also Excel. And we have people from all over. So we have people who are, in leadership positions, also just people who are working part-time or full-time, just able to show up, have a good time, and help us, put some things together to show our appreciation for what everybody does. So for the month of June, we had some summer fun baskets. You can see some pictures here, lots of colors, and we did some, nice positive affirmation notes that were sent out for that. So we hope that gave you a little smile, made your day a little brighter. And then for July, because the 4th of July, we sent out some red, white, and blue themed bags. They had some glow sticks, some treats, and again, some more positive notes on there. So very, happy with all the participation we've seen so far, and very grateful for everyone who has decided to become a part of that initiative. And then, since we are trying to do about one initiative per month, I'm very excited to talk about our August initiative. This is something that has been brought up to me pretty much since I've started. People have been asking for something fun to do that could be done across the whole organization and that everybody could play a part in. So we are going to do this Grow with Goodwill. It is a back to school themed spirit week. So this is going to be during August here, the 11th through the 15th, and we have some different days for dress up themes and some activities and things we're going to talk about. So our first theme on Monday, the 11th, we are going to call this Homeroom Huddle. And this is for everyone to represent your school spirit. So wear a school or college shirt, something like your alma mater, if that's a school that you went to, whether it was high school, college, or if it's just a team that you really like or support. You can also dress like you're headed to your first day back to school. So we want to see some great kind of fun school spirit themed outfits for Monday. On Tuesday, we are going to have a class clown day. So this is for everyone to just have some fun. You can wear bright colors, fun patterns, have different accessories, bow ties, just fun things. And then on Wednesday, we're calling it Way Back Wednesday. It's going to be like a decades day. So think about, retro shirts, band tees, varsity jackets for all the 80s babies, scrunchies, fun accessories there. Something that calls to an earlier time. And on Thursday, we're doing a Team Spirit Thursday. So this is for Goodwill Spirit. You can wear anything that is blue or green, Goodwill branded or thrifted. And then Friday the 15th, this is probably my favorite of the days. We're calling it Future You Friday. So dress like what you wanted to be when you grew up. So that could be, whatever you are currently or something that you're aspiring to be, something fun like a doctor, astronaut, teacher, or rock star. Whatever really calls to you as a fun thing for the future. And of course, we have to put this disclaimer in here because I'm HR, so please don't give me more paperwork to do or more things to follow up on. Make sure your outfits are appropriate. Please follow your dress code safety guidelines. If you are working in a store somewhere where you have to move around and do different things, make sure you're not putting yourself or other people in an unsafe position. Your outfits also should not include things like insensitive, political, sexual, or profane imagery or language. Please just make sure that, again, you're smart about what you're wearing and what you're going to be seen and represented, not just for your staff members, but customers and things like that too. No weapons score, etc. And then, of course, we want to make sure that people are motivated to dress up and have some fun. So we're going to do a couple different types of prizes. We're going to have a daily winner that's going to be our best dressed at each location. All of those best dressed winners for that day are going to be entered into a raffle to win a prize for that day, that theme. And then we're going to have a location winner for the week itself. So every day, your manager or leadership at your location is going to make sure that they pick somebody that is our best dressed winner and then get a picture as their group is gotten together to send on and be eligible for that prize as well. And then some other fun things we're going to be doing during that week. We're going to send out some stuff about employee growth stories, some resume and interview tips, some financial literacy, wellness tips, and digital skills. So we're kind of trying to just, get people prepared, think about that growth mindset and all those different areas of how we can grow as team members. And then, as always, I like to shout out all of our people who have gotten some promotions, ones who are, moving up in their career here within Goodwill and the Excel Center, and making sure we're highlighting those fun things. So for promotions, I have here for this last quarter, we have Andrew Adams and Vincennes, Laura over at Kidron, Jesse at Henderson, Cody at Boonville, Chris and Vincennes, Wendy in Princeton, Chad in Logistics, Christy at First Avenue, Trevor in Boonville, and we have Jessica right here by me at the Excel Center and Chelsea at the West Side. So congratulations on all those promotions. Very excited for everyone making strides in their career. And work anniversaries. Also love to shout out people who have not only maybe moved up in their career, but are just retaining their employment with us. We love to see continued growth through that part of our organization as well. So happy work anniversary to all of these people listed. Our 1 year, we have Jacob, Melissa, Amelia, Krista, Kimberly, Logan, Rebecca, Andrew, Gina, Khalil, Jeffrey, Patricia, Ruby, Sean, Alyssa, Jalen, and Evelyn. 2, we have Blake, Cal, Paul, Ronald, Billy, Zachary, Colt, Gracelyn, Emily, Austin, Audrey, Mia. 3, we have Shelly, Angela, Dakota, and Tyler. And 4, we have Crystal and Patricia, or Patricia. If I say your name wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm just going off of exactly how it looks typed up. Our work anniversary for 6, we have Deborah, Ida, and Geraldine. 7, we have Jennifer and Ricky. 8, we have Amber and Timothy. 9, we have Alex. And 10, we have Jeffrey and Sherry. And our big anniversaries we have here, 12 whole years we have Tesla, 13 we have Alex, 23 we have Andrew, and our big winner this time, super, super exciting, 28 is John Pritchett. So congratulations, everyone. Very, very, again, excited to go over and celebrate all of these people who stayed with us for so long, or that are, finding something that they like about this organization and that they want to continue to be a part of. So thank you all for what you do, and thank you for choosing us to be your employer and to be a part of this team.
All right. Thank you, Shay, and all the presenters today. Thank you. This was probably the smoothest town hall we've had so far. So thank you again to Blake and Tyler for helping us so much. I know Blake's dealt with so many technical difficulties with this, and he has really powered through it. So now is the opportunity for you guys to ask questions. I know there's some questions in here. I'm going to open up here in a second, but you should be able to use your phone to ask questions. You could probably also use the chat in Teams. I will try my best to look back and forth, but I'm going to go ahead and open up the Q&A so that we can start answering some of these questions. So the first we have, can the stores that do not have intercom systems get them? I'm not sure about this one. I know IT is dealing with a lot of installations right now, like the donation doors, installing those cameras and the production modules. However, it's something maybe we can talk about in the future and consider as an option. And if anybody has better answers to these questions, feel free to interject at any point in time. Where'd they go? What is going on at this time with the new tags? This came in at the very beginning of the town hall. I hope we were able to answer this question with the production timeline. So if whoever asked this question, you should have seen your store on that timeline, which is the timeline at which it'll be installed, and you guys will be launching those production modules. Another question, what if we sold helium balloons as a way to make more money? It's an interesting question. I know something we're adding to our stores here soon. We're going to start with Washington Avenue, are those reusable bags. And I think like Tristan and Becky are going to a conference soon to actually learn a little bit more about new goods. I don't know if helium balloons is an option for that. However, they're going to be learning a little bit more about how some Goodwills sell new goods in their stores. Is it possible to have an incentive for people to spend more money at Goodwill, similar to our 90th anniversary, where if people spent $90, they received a $10 gift card? I do know that there's the ability for us to do that on the back end. We haven't talked about doing any incentives anytime soon. However, it is something we will keep in mind moving forward as well. Last, Vincennes needs a trophy for the audit. Here you go, Eric. You need to get him a safety trophy.
I think I want to go with championship belt. Like, I'd want a championship belt if it were me. So if they want a trophy, we can arrange a trophy for them. But I mean, if we want to go big, let's go big with a championship belt.
Is there going to be like a Goodwill Fight Club that, they have to have the UFC belt? Is that how it's going to win? That sounds very anti-safety.
Well, no, we'll make it safe, Morgan. We'll make sure it stays within the confines.
All right, guys. Up there's another question that popped up. Don't we have a senior discount or anything similar? That's a good question. We don't have a senior discount right now because a lot of the discounts aren't super effective within our regions and other Goodwills with what they have. However, we have our color of the week sale. That's really the main sale that we can offer at this time. So just keep encouraging people to shop that. That's the 50% off Monday through Friday. New question just came in. Somehow I missed it. Are we ever going to be able to get injured employees any pay for time off for surgeries? I'm not sure. That's another good question. I do know that I think in 2026, it's one of our goals to review the total rewards package. However, at this time, really all we have is FMLA. So if you ever do need to use it, you can use that. And then you do have to use your time off as part of that as well. For that. All right, are there any other questions? Like I said, if you're not able to use your phone, you can ask whoever's with you to throw it in the chat here on Teams, or you can always ask your DRO afterwards or the member of leadership that is at your location to try their best to answer the questions. But I don't see any new ones coming in, so I am going to go ahead and call it a day with today's town hall. Again, I appreciate everyone's participation. I appreciate all the leadership team members who have gone out to locations to help set up, and the managers who are making sure their team members are there. And of course, a big shout out once again to IT, Blake and Tyler, for helping make sure this runs smoothly and helping with the logistics of getting it onto YouTube Live. It's a lot more difficult than you think. And of course, shout out to Brandy too for taking over the town hall last month, or no, not last month, the month before that. Time's flying. I don't even know what day it is. Anyways, thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you, Morgan.